Hello, farming enthusiasts. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nelly Bernard, your go-to space for everything agriculture. In case you're new here, welcome. In case you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Guys, before I tell you what the video is about today, kindly, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and join the family. I know you're wondering why I'm sun-scorched. This is March 15th. That's why you can see the sun is so hot. In the previous weather patterns, around this time, this is when the rain should be starting. March 15th, this is when the rain should start for the on season. But the reason why I'm doing these videos today is to show you how the weather patterns have changed currently, and now this is the time that people have been harvesting since February until now. People are harvesting. It rained once like 5 days ago. Then people now are like, now should we start planting new ones? Should we finish up harvesting? Some people didn't harvest, but for us, we've finished harvesting. I want to show you how the land looks like after harvesting and what you do after harvesting. So right in front of me, these are the maize cobs. This is after harvesting. After harvesting the maize, we are left with the maize cobs. And do you know what we'll do to those maize cobs? We are going to chop them and make silage, dry maize cob silage. In this YouTube channel, you can look at my playlist. You'll see how I shown you how to make silage using the dry maize cobs. For those of you asking me for the compositions, I'll repeat the video when we are doing this maize silage so that you'll be able to understand how it's done. So come with me, guys. I show you the maize cobs. Here they are. So those are the maize cobs after we harvested our land. And then there is one more thing here for you to see. After threshing the maize, we remain with something like this. You see this? These are the ones that the corns have been removed, and then now we preserve it. Most people use it for cooking. Can use it as a source of firewood. Others use it to make animal supplements. Can make it, you can go grind it and mix it with the animal feeds. It can make very nice feed. So this you can see here is our silage pit, and this that we've put there on top are the maize cobs. Okay, yes, this silage is the one that we used. That maize you can see that it is dry. It is the one that we chopped, the one that was at vegetative stage, the one that we didn't let to dry. So this is the silage for the ones that we used. Let me show you how it looks like. This is how we seal it to make sure that as we are utilizing it, it is completely airtight. So we can see we cover it even with some stones. This is 20 tons of silage. It reaches up to that end, and we have roofed it to prevent too much heat from the solar energy, because too much heat causes the microbes to multiply faster. So your silage will be more and more ripe until it starts to decompose. That is why if you're from a very hot region like in Meru and Kitui, Kakamega, any hot region, those people were in my comments asking me why we needed to roof. Most people are really interested about the pit silage. Those who are asking me, that is the necessity of roofing. At Kitambo, we used to do pits here. We used to dig pits there. Then during El Nino, the floods came and eroded our animal silage, and we incurred losses. That is why we felt the need to make a concrete pit which will not be interfered by the rain in case the rain is too much. You can see it is concrete. So let me show you how the silage looks like. So you can see these polythene papers are torn, but still the feed is never spoiled because we recycle them and we've wrapped several of them. This is how the silage looks like. And even the one that is at the edges, those who are in my comments saying it is rotten, let me get inside. Those who are saying it is rotten, you can see clearly it is not rotten. This is the edges, and there is no polythene at the edges. We've not put any polythene at the edges. It is just the concrete. And as you can see, our silage is already being utilized by our cows, and it is of good quality. Look at that color, brownish with a nice smell. Yeah, light green. The green is fading away. It's like brownish, and it is well compacted. Yes, this is how it looks like. So in the evening, we feed it in the morning and late in the evening. So in the evening is when they are put in these sacks, and then we keep them in the cow shed whereby they rest, and then we feed them in the morning. So after you have taken your silage from the pit, you put them in sacks like those ones, and then you make sure that you wrap them back airtight. Actually, get out of the pit, guys. Yes, so you make sure you wrap it well and cover it well. Let me remove the cover. So make sure it is completely airtight so that it will not rot. Let me cover well, because if I don't cover well, my mom will be on my neck saying you won't come to spoil my feed with your content. So guys, today the video was not about silage, but it is good I show you what the maize does. It cuts across. Now after I have shown you when it was the vegetative, you remember I have shown you another video on silage, several videos. If you have not watched and you'd love to know more about silage making, please go to my playlist and find the video on silage making, and you will understand better. There is one you use the dry maize cobs, and there's one you, like this one, you use the freshly cut at the vegetative stage. So guys, let's continue now. The sun is too much. In the meantime, guys, kindly hit that subscribe button and join the family so that you support my content creation journey. Then there is another thing I want to show you. Apart from harvesting it at the vegetative stage for silage, there is this stage whereby you harvest the maize and then you sun dry it. You sun dry your maize. You sun dry your maize like this, so that you can store it under the right moisture content. The right moisture content for storing maize is something, not anything more than 15 degrees, not more than 15% moisture content, because they will rot and they will have aflatoxins. So here we are sun drying our maize in the open. This is maize. So this is chandarua. It is made of sacks. We use this one, and if you have a concrete floor like ours, you can put it there, but we prefer to put it on on our chandarua, or rather the sacks, to prevent aflatoxins, because if it mixes with the dirt, that is how aflatoxins are formed. So this is how we are sun drying it, just to make sure it is completely dry. So then there is something else here. This here you see on the sack, inside the sacks, they have already been sun dried. So zina sun dry in lots. After the first lot is done, we put them in the sacks, the second, the third, the fourth, like that. So these ones are already sun dried and ready to be sowed. You see. Now the next stage after that is to do winnowing. Whereby you go and winnow like this to remove the chaff. I don't know if you can see the chaff. That's the one that is moving. Yes, that's chaff. So you go, you winnow on a very windy day. You winnow so that your maize will be clean for your market. So normally the buyers come and buy it directly here at home. But for the wise farmers, you don't just sell your harvest, because when now everyone is harvesting, the prices are a bit low. So for a wise farmer, you wait for demand to be high before you sell your market. So you don't just harvest unless you don't have you don't just harvest and then sell unless you don't have a good place to store, or you don't want to incur the storage costs, which is buying a preservative for preventing the pests that attack that attack the maize at storage stage. But for my mom, she's always a wise farmer, so she's not going to sell them immediately. So don't be DMing me telling me, Nelly, we need maize. No, we won't sell unless I link you up to my other farmers who need to sell them. Mostly maize in Kenya has been having very poor pricing. Like in the previous seasons, they have been sold at 30 shillings per kg. Hopefully this season, because people have not really harvested enough maize, the harvest has not been a bumper one. Hopefully this season, people will be harvesting the maize and selling it maybe at 50 or 60. I don't know what is the price. So that's it about the maize. You sun dry it, and then after sun drying it, you put in the sacks. Then after now it is put in the sacks. Of course, they are not sold when they are full like this. You see, this one is very full. This one is like 120 kgs. So they come and weigh them in different quantities. They can weigh them in 90 kgs bags. Mostly here in Meru, we sell them at 90 kgs bags. Don't ask me the price in the meantime, because I have not really done a market survey to know the prices that they are selling the maize currently. But pretty soon I'll be knowing. These sacks, we don't buy them. Don't think that we have bought them specifically for putting the maize. No. Remember, I always tell you we are dairy farmers. So these are the same sacks that we use for dairy feed, and then now we recycle them. So this is a very nice way of recycling our sacks. You can see agriculture cut across. The value chain is huge. You utilize your animal feed. Okay, this was animal feed, dairy meal, the one that we use for our dairy cows. And then now we recycle the sacks. We use the sacks to make this chandarua, you can see. Yes, this is purely done using sacks. You just combine several sacks and they form a chandarua of your size. If you would want a bigger one, then you add more sacks. So depending with the size you want, we use these sacks. Just recycle our sacks, and that is how we benefit from these sacks. Because now if we were not maize farmers, where could we be taking these sacks? Maybe we could be selling them at a very cheaper price. So we use these sacks to store our maize. And funny enough, or good enough, when the buyers come to buy the maize, they don't go with our sacks. They come with their own sacks. So the buyer will come with their own sacks, and then they weigh and then put it in their own sacks. So you'll be left with your sacks to utilize them for the next season, or rather to make them more chandaruas, or maybe you can even sell your sacks. So our home is full of sacks because we are very serious dairy farmers, and every time we must have these gunias. Like per month our cows can feed on 15 sacks of dairy meal. So every time you can see we have sacks, and I also have chicken, so we even have more sacks for the chicken feed. But all in all, some people I see they use, if they don't have sacks, they use the bags for cement, the cement bags. They also make a very nice chandarua like this one. So guys, like I always tell you, you can never go wrong with farming, and let all embrace farming, because like I always say, I'll repeat and never tired of repeating this. Whether you're rich or poor, young, famous, broke, old, you will need to do farming, and you should do farming in one way or another. Even if you are in a permanent job, it is always good to do farming, because farming is a sustainable job, and you're always assured of income flow when you are doing farming. Even our president is a big farmer. He has always told us he has always been doing farming. So guys, it's always good to do farming so that you put money in your pocket. It's the simplest task you can do. In case you're there, you are looking for a job, you don't have a job, and you're wondering, what do I do? Start farming. Like this maize, you can see they have just taken 3 months, and we have already harvested them, and they have not incurred so much of the input cost. And I know now the price is maybe at 50 there, so imagine, it's still good profits. So don't be fearing farming, because people think, now what if the rain don't come? Even if the rain don't come, God sees that you had faith in doing this farming. Like this season, people planted late because the rains and delayed. People were afraid that it won't rain. I always tell you, God wants a faithful heart. If you are hopeful and you believe upon the Lord for rain, you just go and plant, and God will bring you the rain. So don't always be worried about the weather patterns. We are not God, so these patterns are keeping on changing because of the things that we do that are bringing about the climatic change issues. So it is us humans who have influenced the climatic change, but God is always pitying us and bringing us rain. So we have harvested, regardless of the rain missing, we have harvested a quite good harvest from our small land, and we thank God for that. So guys, let's go on and see this other part of farming. So here are the maize cobs, the one I was telling you about. So for this maize cob, we mix it with the leaves and napier, the banana leaves and napier, and then we sell it. No, not selling, sorry guys. We mix it with this is the dry maize cobs. We mix it with the banana leaves, because this is an area full of bananas, and napier grass, and then we feed it directly to our livestock. You can see how they are feeding. Very nice dry matter. You know, it is good that your animals always have 80% dry matter content in their feed. So this is a mixture of banana leaves, napier, and dry maize cobs, and it is very nutritious. Some people were asking me, Nelly, do you think the maize cobs that you are doing silage with, do you think that they really are able to make the cow produce milk? And I was telling them yes, because the protein content that was in the maize is still there. It is never depleted. It is still there, only that it is now dried completely, or rather we can't compare the percentage of the protein content when it is at vegetative stage and when it is dry. That is why for the dry maize cob silage we add molar plus, we add maize germ, we add Epsom, Epsom salt, Yes, just to inhibit to make it more palatable and improve the digestion in the rumen of the cows. Yes guys, so in case we'll be doing the maize cob silage again, the dry maize cob silage again, I'll come and show you how it's done. But you can see our cows are enjoying the feeds. So let's go to the farm now. I want to show you how the farm is prepared in case you don't want to till. So how you prepare the farm for planting this season, because the season is already here. In a week's time it will be raining. Yes, even these other big cows are also enjoying. Yes, and this one we are making them, so you can imagine it is still improving on their milk production. So don't say the dry maize cobs are useless. They are very nice feeds to the cows. Very nice. You can see our cows are enjoying. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hey you. Some people in my channel, I know they have never seen a cow. Guys, in case this is the first time you are coming across my content, I'm Nelly Bernard. I'm the best agricultural content, or rather, I'm the best agricultural officer in East and Central Africa. So you're in the right channel when it comes to everything agriculture. May it be farming, may it be livestock keeping, we are the best. Here is our turkey following me. It is like, what is this content creator doing? Hello. You want to scare me away? You want to scare me away? So this is the female turkey. I'll show you the male turkey in a while. This is our calves. Hey calves. And these are twins. You see this? You turkey songa kidogo. So you see these two? This white one that is running helter skelter, and this small one, they are twins. Just born the other day. They were born in January, so now they're like 1 month old. Yes, and they're doing so well. They're like maybe 6 weeks there, and they're doing so nice, very smooth. Wow. And they're also feeding on the same. They are wondering, they have never seen cameras since they were born. I've never shot some videos with them. Now they are wondering, who is this madam content creator? Hello. So this one is Shalom, this one is Sharon, and this one is, I don't remember the name of that one. You have no ear tags. I remember these ones because it is me who was naming them now that they are twins. Hey guys, hey, you want milk? It's time to take milk. Yes, that's our calf structure, looking so good. That's our calf structure, looking so cute. It's good that the calves also are not in a place that it is dumpy. Oh wow, this is why I always love being in the farm. Those who've never seen cows, this is how cows look like. Don't worry, our cows are already used to cameras. They won't get stressed. Yes, this is what paid for my school fees until I finished school. That is why I've always loved farming. I can say my mentor number one has always been my mom, because she has mentored me to love agriculture and embrace farming, because I've been through school out of farming money, nothing much. My mom didn't have a white collar job, so I've been through school because of purely farming. Wow, I can see you are looking at some things on the corner, but let me go in a place I can access that. So this is our farm. This is where we have napier grass for our cows, and this is where we put excess manure. We come and just put it for our napier to grow well. So before I take you to the farm, I want to show you another technique that we use here, where we can put the maize cobs to dry rather than going to pile them at one place. So this is the fence, and just at the fence we put the maize cobs here for them to dry, or rather so that they won't be eaten by the ants. You can see they are already dry, so you just put them at the fence. Yes, that is the fence. So we are going to put them from this corner of the fence to the other corner of the fence, and they can stay there for very many days, for a very long period of time. Yes guys, when you put them like that, and when you put them somewhere piled like here on the floor, and then you pile them like the one I've shown you in the beginning of the video, they might rot. But if you put them like that, they stay for long without going bad. So this is the farm. Yes, this is the farm. We have never planted maize in this farm, but last season we felt like refreshing our bananas. You can see we are planting bananas. They are newly planted bananas, so we felt like refreshing our farm. And as you refresh your farm, before the bananas get big and you start harvesting, you can see how now they are what stage. This is the beginning of bananas. So before that, it is always good to utilize your farm well. That is why we felt the need of planting maize here in the middle of the lines. So we were not planting maize because we wanted the maize. No, we were just utilizing the space before our bananas establishes. And you can also see we have some pigeon peas. So these ones will wait for some more rain. Imagine a whole season. They were planted in November, early November, and you can see now it is now they have not even flowered. It is now they are at 6 feet. Yes, that's how long. Pigeon peas are perennial crops. No, they are annual crops, but they take 2 seasons to grow. That is why we have to give them another season, and then we will harvest them in August. Yes. So this is how the farm looks like. This is where the maize was planted. That is where you cut it. You cut it at that point. From there it will rot itself. You don't dig it out. You just leave the stumps like that. So whenever you are walking in the farm, it is usually your task to be careful where you are stepping, so that you will not injure yourself. So now I wanted to talk something about tillage. There's something we call zero tillage. Like this farm, you can see we have bananas already established. So you don't expect us to come with a tractor. And even if also it didn't have a bananas also, if the farm is very clean like this, you don't expect to always bring up a tractor or plow the land. Don't worry guys, the sun is too much. Or maybe plow the land using a forked djembe. You don't need. Sometimes you can do zero tillage. Zero tillage is where we disturb the soil less. You don't have to plow your land. You just plant the next season without plowing your land. So for this farm, we will just come with a rake or your hands. You just clear all these residues, all these maize cobs that you can see. You know, because they are dry, when you are carrying them, you end up leaving some residues like this. So we will come, we carry all those residues, and then we just plant some more maize. So next week we will be planting more maize. You just come, you dig the holes for planting the maize, and just like that, your cell becomes productive. So you don't have to stay tilling the land and exhausting it with tillage. Just till once, then the next time you are tilling it is after 1 year or 2 years. Yes, that is one tip I also wanted to teach the farmer. So if you feel like you are voiced to stay experiencing much cost on tillage, you're just wasting your resources. Yes, so this is the other corner of the farm. You can see still more maize cobs aligning. That is where I was studying. You see where I was that far end. That far end. And you can see still even on this side the maize cobs are still aligned. You just unazisimamisha tu kwa fence. You just put them on the fence. And they're also acting as a nice fence. Yes, up to this corner here. So this is the corner of the fence. This is the indomusho ya shamba yetu. This is the end of the shamba. And because we are dairy farmers, at the fence we put some beneficial crops. We don't just put some things that are not helping us in any way. So this is coriander, a very nice protein to farmer, to cows. It helps the cows to produce more milk. So this is coriander on the fence. This is how we utilize our land as farmers. We don't just plant anything on the fence. We flowers. Flowers for who? We don't have space for flowers, guys. Coriander is our flowers at the fence. Yes, something beneficial. And the pigeon peas as the first ones in the fence, or as the cover crops near the fence, so that any pest that could be wanting to attack the crops inside the main field will just attack the cover crop and spare the main crop. And this is, we call it what do you call it? I'm forgetting the name. Yams. This is a yam. Those who eat yams, this is how a yam plant looks like. So in case you might be wondering, here is the yam stem, and the yams are inside the ground. You dig them deep in the ground. You might be wondering, you love yams and you don't know how they are. So yams depend on a tree for growth, so they need a host plant whereby they can cherish and climb up to the top. Yes, and for yams they don't need any fertilizer. They are just natural crops. Here in Meru we call it food for wazee, chakula ya wazee. So if they hear a young lady like me talking about yams, they might be wondering, who taught me to eat yams and that is food for the elderly? No, if you need to have strong muscles, eat yams, and they are natural from our farm. So those are yams. This is more coriander. We don't waste our land. And guys, what are we calling these? Whereby there are some big hands, termite. It's a termite hill. We used to call it a termite hill. In case I've forgotten, tell me it is not termite hill, it is something else. This is a termite hill. And it is very tricky to finish it. So that is a termite hill. Oh, and when we are doing soil sampling, remember you should not sample such a place. Where there is a termite hill, you don't sample there. And you don't sample near the fence. So when we are doing harvesting, I can see there is some maize here that was left. It was forgotten. But this is food. I'm going to carry it now. Thanks to me for coming to shoot content. I've seen some things we wasted in the farm. This is a very nice maize that was forgotten. So it's good to always do farm scouting. Come as you collect residues. So this one I'm taking it to the other maize that are sun drying there, so that it can dry together. We can't waste food here. So it is very common to forget one or two. I can see there's another one. No, that one is rotten. There are some more here. Yeah, it's very normal for them to be forgotten. But nowadays, food is very scarce. We need to utilize everything. No wastage. No wastage. So this is sawdust, whereby we were cutting the trees. We cut all the trees and we planted new ones. So this is sawdust. It is usually very difficult for it to decompose. This is don melon, guys. They just grow in our farm anyhow. See? This is don melon, but it is already rotten. So in case I throw it somewhere, next time I'll meet it having grown. Let me throw it there. Yes, just draw it at the middle of the farm. When it rains, it will just start becoming fresh plants. So guys, that is how our farm looks like. Yes, And I hope you've learned so much with me. So this is our banana farm. It was like around 20 years. That is why we felt like renewing the farm. It is good to always renew your farm if you find that it has stopped producing. If the production has decreased by like 80%, it is good to renew your land. That is why we felt the need to renew our land. And now you can see our land is very fresh, and we are waiting for these fresh ones to now establish and become a very nice piece of land. So that is basically our farm when it has nothing in the farm. This is the start of the season. No, this is the dry session, whereby the maize are to sun dry with this, and you can see this sun that is scorching me hard. So before the beginning of the season, I felt the need to show you how you establish your newly farm for planting. Yes, and this is my neighbor's farm full of bananas, very nice bananas. Let me go there a bit. You see the way we trespass at the fences and go to neighbors' farms. So this is a banana plantation. Also, it is very old. I think it also needs some renewal, but maybe the farmer is quite busy. They will renew it some other time. So this is a mature banana. In case you've never seen a banana again, this is banana. Here in Kenya we call that variety. We call it in our local language Kampala. Yes. This is the home of bananas. My neighbor's bananas. Yes. Let me go back to my father's land. I don't want to be prosecuted being in others' farms. Yes, guys, this is my father's property. So that's it, guys, about today's episode of farming with Nelly Bernard. I didn't have much. I just wanted to show you how we establish our farms here in Meru, and I hope you've loved today's episode. This is our Napier. Very nice, looking very nice, and that's our homestead over there. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. I've seen the comments, I've seen how much you've loved my channel, you've subscribed. So guys, in case you've not subscribed and you've been watching this content, please kindly hit the subscribe button, like the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for this and much more episodes of Farming with Nelly Bernard. Also, I would also encourage you to embrace agriculture and make agriculture your culture. I always say agriculture is my culture. So guys, I'm road to 5k subscribers. I would really appreciate if you guys subscribed and took me to 5,000 subscribers. The reason why I'm saying this, according to my analysts, 90% of people who watch my content have not subscribed. So guys, imagine if you all subscribed. Nelly Bernard could be at 6k right now. So guys, it has been nice having you along. Thank you for clicking to watch my video to the end. So I love you. See you in the next video. Bye. See you guys.